In this video I will show you how to build this iron farm plus villager trading hall. This villager trading hall has 40 villagers and can spawn up to 4 iron golems at any one time. With this setup you'll have access to all tools, all armour and all books you'll need to fully enchant everything. This iron farm is an exact replica of the one that I have built in season 2 of my hardcore journey. Please like and subscribe, and you can watch me in the next video building this in survival. And let's get into the tutorial. This is everything you're going to need to build the iron farm. Pause the video here so you can get a snapshot of everything you need. The workstations are completely up to yourselves, but you will need 40. If you follow mine, you'll get access to everything that you will ever need, but it is completely up to you. The solid blocks can be, again, absolutely anything. If you want to decorate it how I've decorated mine, then again, you can follow what I've got here. And then finally we need 40 beds and a bunch of stone brick slabs. The area you'll need is 29 by 29. This is a complete square, as you can see I've marked off here. And then I have also marked off where the kill chamber will be, directly in the centre. Starting in any corner, go all the way around your square with cobblestone. This will become the base of your iron farm. This could be 1 block down, so you could have it under the ground. I just have chose to have my foundation slightly raised out the floor. Next up, make the entire square 2 thick. Next up, follow this pattern from any corner. You're going to have 5 of these little triangles in the end, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more. And then you want 3 blocks, and then repeat that pattern again, so 5 more triangles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we want to repeat that on the other 3 sides. So as you can see, I've started here. That's the first triangle, second triangle, and so on. And that is what it should look like. Now we want to find the middle kill chamber. So again, with some stone bricks, if you line it up here, so with that brick there, it should match there. And again, that brick there, if you've done all the sides correctly, will be directly opposite that one. So perfectly in line. And we want to mark out all 4 using this same technique. Once you have all 4 marked out, fill in the gaps in between. This is the only part of the build which has to be something that's not flammable. There will be lava inside this square at some point. Okay, and using birch slabs, we're going to completely fill in the floor apart from that central kill centre we just built. Right, next up, decide where you want to have your door or doors. You could have 4 doors if you like in all 4 spots. I'm going to have 2, so I'm going to have 1 here and 1 here. Knock those out. And then we are going to place 4 stone here, here, here and here. And then we want to continue bringing up each of these pieces of walls at the back here with 1 piece of stone all the way around. With those stone bricks all the way around, it's time to put the wood in. So I'm using stripped spruce, and then we want to bring those up 4 on these front pillars, and again all the way around. If you want to do this in survival, look, you can do 4 and then drop down and hit that one and you take no fall damage. When you get to the parts with no door, we want to put the wooden pillars on either side, but leave the central gap. We will come to that soon. Okay, all that in place, grab yourself some stone and then come to the centre part and raise these up by 2 on all 4. With that done, come over to your walls and place 1 stone this time all the way around. With all that in place, come to the centre here and with some stone brick make a square across the top here. Go all the way around to all 4 pillars. Now place 2 stone bricks on top of our stone brick, and again all the way around. Where our doors are, place 1 stone, 2 stone bricks, and again do that in both positions, or all four if you've got 4 doors, whatever it may be. Place your iron door and put a button on the right. It can be on the left or the right. By pushing this button it will open the door, and don't forget to also put a button on the other side. Time for the kill chamber. As you can see, there's our top ring, and I've dug down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I've completely decorated that with stone bricks on all 3 sides, and then I've chosen this direction to be open. This will be where my chests are and the glass we can see in to see if there's anything inside the kill chamber, and then we need to dig ourselves a little entrance. Okay, this is only a temporary entrance. You will probably want to decorate this however you like, maybe make it into a nice little mine shaft, wherever it may be, but this connects directly into the kill chamber underneath. In the hardcore series, eventually this will all join up to my underground base, but you'll have to watch that to see how I decorate it. 1 block down in your kill chamber, place 9 signs. To place a sign on another sign, you need to not do that, but you need to crouch. Then not directly underneath the signs, but 1 below, place yourself a little floor of glass with 3 pieces of glass across here. You don't want to fill in all of these, you want to do 3 here, but only 2 here, miss a block, and then place another piece of glass just here. Yep, there. Now poke yourself up through that little gap we left and place a button at that level, and then you can push your water over there, and that will stop the water from flowing down. Then place a trapdoor just there. That will then mean that water will push everything towards that trapdoor. Next up, we want to place 2 chests, 1 here and 1 here, and then another one here and here. Then grab yourselves 2 hoppers and place 1 here. That will pull any items through that campfire, and another one here. And the last thing for us to do is to place lava on that central sign. Make sure you're crouching when you do that, and that is the kill chamber complete. Completely enclose all 4 sides of this kill chamber with glass. Now's the perfect time to grab 2 villages and start to breed them up so that we can have 40 in total. First of all, you'll need to place all 40 beds. I like to place 10 on all 4 sides so I know that I haven't missed any. Add 2 composters or whatever workstations you have to hand. That will help you getting your villages into here in a second. The easiest way to transport villagers in survival is to locate yourself a village, push a villager into a boat, put a lead on that boat, and then you can move it around. If you have a water bucket with you, anything you come across, i.e. a mountain or some raised land, either you can try and jump, sometimes if you're high enough they will jump up, or simply use your water bucket, and I'm obviously making this look more difficult than it is, but pull him into that water stream and over, like so. Get that villager all the way to the iron farm. Once you've got your villager close enough to your iron farm, break yourself a little hole and he should connect to that workstation. As you can see, he's connected to that composter. Break the boat, not sure why we've got a pig with us, but break the boat and he should then start making his way to that workstation. He may need a little hand. If it was night time, he'd run straight for the bed. As you can see, he willingly has entered the iron farm. Once you've got 2 villagers, give them some sort of food. I like to use bread, but you can also feed them carrots and potatoes, that kind of thing. It will take quite a few because we need 40 villagers. But whilst you're building up the rest of this iron farm / villager trader, let them be breeding in the background. So let's continue. Get your stone brick slabs, and then we want to come out on all 4 central bits by 7. So if you're including the center brick, it would be 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, there's one already there. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And do this in all 4 sections. Next up, join all 4 of these corners together in a square. And do that all the way around. Now fill in that outline on the inside with stone slabs. Once that's completely filled in, come to any corner, and we want to use a full block this time and go all the way around, as you can see here, 1 block above. Once that's done, using slabs again, we want to go all the way along the side here and fill in each gap. When we get to the doors and the other parts, just fill those in too, and again go all the way around. Miss that corner one. Then fill in the gap between the two, so we're going to go all the way around with slabs again. Once that's complete, it will look the same as mine. Next up, we need stairs, and we are going to fill stairs in all the way along the wall across here. As we get to this end here, I want to come one across from that end pillar, but not any further than that for now, and then do this on all four sides. For the corners, we want 2 normal stone here and here, a stone brick here, and then 2 stone slabs on top of those pieces of stone. Let me show you that one more time. We want stone, stone, stone brick, and then 2 stone slabs. Now we need to add the water. First of all, make yourself an infinite water source. The way I do that in survival is just to build myself a little platform like so. Bring the walls up all the way around this, and then you will need either 1 water bucket, but running backwards and forwards twice, but you will need 2 water sources to make an infinite water source like so, and then use that to keep filling up your water buckets. Now we want to put water in every stairs all the way around, but as you saw there, I skipped that first one. We do not want water there or there on that first one there, and do this all the way around, and we're going to place water there. So go all the way around following that same bit, but remember, skip the 2 corners there. With that done, you can get rid of your infinite water source. Next up is a bit of decoration. This is completely optional, but I place stairs in all of these gaps, and then when I get to these corners, I literally just follow it around for a bit of trim. With that done, I then do the same thing all the way around, but with the stairs the opposite way around, and also above all the doors and the parts that aren't doors, I put stairs that way up. That will hold a light very soon. And again, when I get to these corners, I just follow it around like so. Yeah, that's it. And then on those stairs that are overhanging here, I place 1 chain with a lantern. I then go 3 across, so 1, 2, 3. Place a chain with a lantern, and then again on the corner here, I place a chain with a lantern, and then repeat that all the way around. So that's the 3rd one in, chain, lantern, and so on. If whilst your villagers are brooding you come across any of these green sleeves, they are nitwits and unfortunately are no good to the arm farm. They will not take up a job, so you will need to remove any that you see inside. Easiest way to see if you have 40 villagers yet is to wait until it's night time and see how many beds you have empty. I have 1 empty there, but there is a guy stood there, not sure why he's not in bed. To light up the inside, I place a lantern directly in front of each of these sections, and then 1 on every single corner. Next up, it's time to make the spacious accommodation for our villagers. So place 2 logs like so. Again, this can be any solid block, but I like to use stripped spruce. Now comes for the fun part. We've got to push a villager into each of their cubicles and place a trapdoor above them. Obviously you can't do this with babies at the moment. They're too small, but any of the adult villagers this will work for, and you need to get 1 in all 40 positions. This next part's very important. Remove all 40 of these beds and put them into a chest. Also your 2 workstations there, but you also need to look around the area and remove any beds that you might have outside. Any workstations you might have outside, and also when building this you need to be 100 blocks away from the nearest village. Now grab yourself some temporary blocks, and you want to do 2 high like so, and then 1 in the front so you can get on. And again the same here. On here, however, on the back side it is slightly different. We will need some additional beds on the back here, so we want to do the same 3 and 3, but then also add on a bed. We don't need that second one second, so do that, but actually we don't need these two bits. So 5 along the bottom and then 3 on the top there. Now for the bed, place a bed right there. You should see the green particles. The pillow of the very first bed that you place in the area that a villager connects to becomes the centre of the village. So it's very important that the first bed, there are no other beds in the area, that is connected to is the one that is at the top here. Now we're going to fill in all the beds in these areas. Once you've got, I believe that's 12 beds in place, so 3 at the top of each sections. We're going to remove the temporary blocks directly underneath them. Do this very carefully. It is quite easy to break the beds above. If you do happen to accidentally break a bed, just place a temporary wood or whatever block underneath it and replace the bed. Now, once you've removed all of these temporary blocks, you can also remove these ones at the front here because we don't need to step on those anymore. We're going to place another 3 beds in each of the same positions like we just did. So 3 here, again you can see all the green particles. 3 here. On this back side, we're actually going to place 5 beds across here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 3 here. And then again, we now need to remove all the temporary blocks underneath these beds, all the way around. With that done, this is the last of those. We want to place beds underneath these 3. Again, underneath these 3, underneath these 3, and then where we've got our 5, we want to place another 5. So 2 more on each of these 2 corners here, and that is 40 beds in total. Now it's time to get a workstation in front of every villager. Make sure they connect to the correct workstation. So place the workstation down, you'll see which villager connects to. Close the trapdoor so you know which one it is, break it, and then place the workstation in front of them. And with that in place, that is the final workstation. So that's all 40 connected. As you can see, I like to have my 18 librarians all together. I've got all my swords and axes, that's the first 4 there. Armour, tools, and then I have 8 what they call composters for farmers, and the 2, as we just saw just a moment ago, fletchers. So I sell sticks to the fletchers. That generates my emeralds to start to unlock my other workstations, so that I can then sell them the iron to get more emeralds to then be able to buy all my tools and books that we need. And finally, you need to go to each of your librarians. You need to have a look, see what they've got. So density 5, I don't really need that. Break the workstation, put it back down. They will then connect to it, check it again, and keep doing that until you get the book that you want. On breaking 1, nope. So I always have bookshelves on the first guy. Protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending, efficiency 5, silk touch, fortune, looting. Feather falling 4, respiration 3, acro infinity, death strider 3, fire aspect 2 and sharpness 5, power 5 for the bow, and then these 3 are optional. You can have whatever you like here. I like to have smite 5 on my axe, fire protection, a set of fire protection armour for the nether, and then impaling 5 because I build quite a lot of trident killers. So this is my iron farm on the hardcore world. This is my enchantment setup in one of the corners, and in the other I've got an anvil for putting all those books onto my tools and gear. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. Season 2 episode 1 will be out next Friday.